I'm Alma Lee. I'm a psychotherapist and transformative lifestyle resiliency coach and author, and I want to help you reach your goals by teaching you how to step outside of those fear-based mindsets and into your powerful, loving self. Let's get started. As promised, the law of manifestation. Suspend your disbelief for the next 20 minutes, and hopefully this plants a seed of thought that you start to think about things a little bit differently after you listen to this episode. What if I told you that you are beyond powerful? I talk about power, I talk about the power shop, I talk about empowerment. But do you ever really sit and think that you have power? Real power. And I'm talking about huge, unimaginable amounts of power. Do you believe that? Can you consider that? Can you just entertain the idea that you are powerful? Let me explain. Okay, here we go. Consider this. Our entire existence stems from the subatomic quantum field of energy. You've heard of quantum physics? I know you have. Quantum physics is the study of all things subatomic, beneath the smallest of the small. It's all interconnected, and it's been proven. Physics over the years, I believe Albert Einstein referred to it as the spooky science from a distance or something to that effect. It's been proven that at the subatomic level, there is this unexplainable form of energy that exists all around us within the spaces of everything that we see, think, feel, and know in this existence. So how does that equate to the law of manifestation and you being powerful? And this is probably going to spiderweb out. I know it's going to spiderweb out into other episodes, which is great because we can continue to have this discussion. We can continue to talk about this because it needs to be consistently considered in order for you to actually employ the law of manifestation into your life. You do have to have consistency. Existence, physics, the quantum field, everything abhors a vacuum. Everything. Now, what am I talking about there? Well, if something is missing, right, then something else has to come in and take its place. So when you think about manifestation, think of it that way. Think about pulling things out to have them replaced by other things. Now, here's where your power lies. Please understand, this is a very, very generalized description of what I'm talking about. But just consider this. Think about how, when you leave empty space, nature abhors a vacuum. Nature abhors empty space. So when you create empty space, nature will naturally fill it. So let's say, for example, you are working in a job that you don't like, but you're not really taking inspired action to change it. So you're just complaining about it all the time. Well, you're essentially filling the gaps. You're filling the space with your bad job, with your dissatisfaction, with your poor attitude about your current situation. And all of that is filling the space. So there's no room for anything new to come into existence for you. Okay? I know that's really simple, guys. Hear me out. Hang on to it. Suspend the disbelief. Remember, suspend your disbelief. Pretend you're at the movie theater and you're watching a movie and you get emotional, okay? You know you're in the movie theater. You know that it's light up against a screen. You know it's not real, but you're still there, right? Let's do that, okay? So just engage for just a moment. Consider the possibilities of what if. What if what I'm saying to you is absolutely true? First of all, I know it to be true for a variety of reasons, actually. One, I've witnessed the law of manifestation in my own life, which I can get into if you like. And it's also the quantum field. Everything at a subatomic level. Everything in existence is rooted at the subatomic level, which is the quantum field. And that's been proven. Quantum entanglement has been proven, meaning that the things at the subatomic level they're just connected. Even if you separate them, if you affect one, the other piece of it is equally affected, no matter how far apart they are. It's been proven, just like Albert Einstein. So spooky science at a distance. You can definitely use that to your advantage. And I know that this is kind of in the weeds, especially if you've never heard of this before. Law of attraction, law of vibration, law of manifestation. It's all connected. Keep that in mind. All right. If you now consider this, you want something. Let's say you want $500,000 in your bank account by October. I know, it's crazy, right? You're going to naturally, and no judgment, you're going to naturally think, well, there's no way. Well, number one, you've just put in a placeholder in that spot, in that vacuum. Nothing else can come in as long as that is your attitude about it. If you believe, emotionally connect to the mindset of lack and that it's impossible, it is absolutely impossible. But if you can get into the emotional headspace where you are in a space of gratitude, okay, and you're actually experience it emotionally, this is why meditation is so important. When you actually think, what would it feel like to have $500,000 in my bank account by October? What would that feel like? Would you be happy? What would you do with it? What bills would you pay? Who would be fortunate enough in your circle of friends and family to receive a little bit of that abundance? How would it feel to be able to pick up the phone and call your aging mother and say, hey, Mom, I'm going to pay those bills for you? Think about it from that angle. And when you consider it from that angle, you're literally planting a seed in the fertile soil of the subatomic plane of the quantum field so that seed can grow. Nature abhors a vacuum. Remove old mindsets. Remove the lack. Remove the doubt. Open up your heart and your brain in a main. Let me see if I can get my words together. Where your brain, your thoughts, your logic is in line with your emotional heart space. You are in coherence, where your emotions are in alignment with your logical beliefs. You know it to be true. You feel it in your body. You feel it in your soul. It's exciting. It's like you can remember getting on a roller coaster, right? You remember the elation of going up and down and around the turns and upside down. You remember the feeling of the air blowing past. Those are the types of emotions that you want to experience emotionally in your meditative state to remove the blocks of lack so that you create that vacuum so that nature will naturally come in and fill it with exactly what your vibration is in alignment with. So say, for instance, if you don't believe something is going to happen, it's not going to happen because you're literally manifesting that it won't because you don't believe it will. And you cannot be concerned with the how. You can't. Most people think, well, I could win the lottery. I mean, yeah, in theory you could, but there's so many other ways of pulling in that amount of money. So many other ways of drawing that into you, that amount of abundance. But if you are caught up in a mentality of lack where you've never seen that much money, you wouldn't know what to do with that much money, you feel intimidated by having that much money, it's not ever going to come to you because your mindset, your heart space, your emotional space is not in alignment with that. So you have to meditate. You have to sit with the emotional space of, I have $500,000 in my bank account. And you do it repeatedly. You do it consistently. You do it over and over and over again. Your subconscious mind does not know the difference between what you determine to be real or fantasy. The subconscious does not know the difference. So it's like the subconscious is a computer and your thoughts and feelings are the program. So at a subconscious level, If you believe that you don't deserve money, or you believe that you don't have money, you believe that you'll never be able to get money, that is what you're programming your subconscious to lean into every single waking day. Now, if you want to change that and you want to tap in, to the quantum field, and you want to utilize the quantum field to your advantage from the point of the law of manifestation, then you have to change your mindset, and you have to change your emotional space by being proactive in your meditative practice, by doing those I am affirmations. I am abundant. I feel abundant. I love this abundance. I can see my life changing with all of this abundance. I know this abundance. I know it. I'm familiar with it. It feels great. And you do that over and over and over again. And you repeat constantly to your subconscious. That is where you're at. You will start to see synchronicities. Everybody's heard of angel numbers, right? That's probably one of the most popular form of synchronicities, are angel numbers. And then you can look it up on the internet and you can say, what is this number? 1111. What does that mean? That's what the most famous angel number there is. You will start to see how you are manifesting the synchronicities in your life. Maybe you notice a blue car comes around the corner every time you check your mailbox. This morning, I experienced a synchronicity that was profoundly in my face. And it was to the point where I almost got tearful, because it was so blatantly obvious that things, it was a reminder that things are coming to pass. The things that I am manifesting in my life they're coming full circle. I feel it. I know it. Honestly, that awareness is why I feel that now is the perfect time for me to start moving from Fear to Love with Alma Lee into this direction, because it's moving out of fear and into love. It's all interconnected. All of this is tied into the singularity of love, the singularity of your higher consciousness, the collective consciousness as it is. It's all interconnected, guys. All of this is interconnected. Remember the last episode. If you did not listen to my last episode of this podcast called Wake Up Programming, you need to go back and listen to it, because it ties into what I'm saying here. We're all programmed to stay in low vibration. We're programmed to exist in a space of lack. We're programmed to feel like we're supposed to fear our neighbor, It's why, the scourge of racism, the scourge of sexism. It's why people look to other people for answers, why people look to other people for love. It's all a program, and it's all interconnected to what I'm talking about today in the law of manifestation. You are supremely powerful. And your power does not overshadow mine, because we're all connected. We're all connected in the higher plane of consciousness. Everything that I do in this life is directly correlated to my imagination. Everything that you look around, look at whatever is in front of you, whether you're in your car, you're at your desk, wherever. Look at all of the inanimate material objects in front of you. You manifested those objects through your imagination. You expected them to be there on a subconscious level. You sat down. Everything about your life, you manifested. See, the law of manifestation is not something that you decide to do. It's not. It's like the law of gravity. You didn't get educated on the law of gravity, did you? And if you don't know about the law of gravity, you don't float away into outer space. It just is. The law of gravity just is. And the law of manifestation just is. It's just there, guys. It just exists. You might as well reach out into that plane of the quantum field using the powerful resources of your conscious mind, and create the life that you want to live. So I'm going to dig into this further as we go on, and I'm going to tease out some smaller quantum particles. I'm going to tease out some smaller aspects of this moving forward, just to help you move out of that fear-based mindset and into your loving, powerful self. This is the key to it. Now, some of you may feel like this is too much for you, or it doesn't apply to you. And if that's what you believe, then you're right. Because if you are locked into that mindset The things that you manifest will be directly correlated to that mindset. If you believe that you're sick, guess what? You're sick. Yeah, that's how it works. If you believe that you're well, then guess what? You actually shift everything about your biological tissues. I know. Suspend your disbelief. Play along. Get the seed planted in the subconscious. You're going to start seeing synchronicities after this episode today. You're going to start paying attention. You'll be like, Alma, she don't know what she's talking about. Yes, I know. It's crazy. It's crazy to think that you're all powerful. It's crazy to think that you can actually have good health. It's crazy to think that you can actually live a life of abundance. And by the way, the abundance that you seek does not diminish the abundance that your neighbor or family member or friend seeks. Your ability to access all the money that you want in order to have the freedom and the peace that you desire in your life, because really that's what it is. We don't really want money. We want what we can get with the money. It's a tool. But all of that you desire to come into space for you does not diminish anything that I want. We can all have it all. That's the law. That's the law of manifestation. And think about the benefit of keeping you locked into that, because then you grind, and then you work, and then you toil. And then you don't have the means to love yourself from within. Instead, you consistently look outside of yourself to have those needs met. And you live this wash, rinse, repeat, so unsatisfying existence. Suspend your disbelief. Plant the seeds of your I am affirmations. Tell yourself, especially when you first wake up in the morning, you've got to be grateful. You've got to be grateful in the here and the now. And you've got to be specific about the things that you already have. Because when you change your mindset, when you change your consciousness, when you get into an emotional space where you are fully grateful for all of the things that you currently have, it just opens up the bandwidth to receive more. More comes in because of that gratitude, because you're open to it, because you're receiving it. Because you're saying, this is beautiful, this is good, I love this. Well, here, have some more. I'm grateful for the money that I have in my bank account right now. You are? Awesome. Here, have some more. I'm grateful for the love that I have in my heart for my friends and my family. You do? You really are? Well, here, have the perfect ideal partner for you. Write it down. Journal, a practice of gratitude, meditation, incorporate these mindsets, shift your thinking, and you're going to see some huge results. I know I have. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing, and I can't keep this locked down. I can't keep this to myself. This is beautiful stuff, guys. So I'm going to get into it at a future episode. I'm going to talk more about the gratitude practice, okay, in follow-up episodes. I'm going to talk about gratitude. I'm going to do some guided meditations to get you into that headspace so that you know what to do when you're sitting, in that quiet space. But yeah, the gratitude, you can do that right now. Look around. What is something around you that maybe you don't normally notice, but you're grateful for? What is the benefit of that item in your life, and how does it increase the value and the ease, the comfort of your world? Think about that. You can start there. The law of manifestation is real. You can have whatever you want. And we'll get into some more details moving forward. I hope that this is helpful for you. Suspend your disbelief. You can call me crazy all you want, but I promise you this: watch around you. Pay attention. Pay attention to the synchronicities. Pay attention to the things that you might not normally pay attention to. The universe will speak to you, my friend. You will see it. It will happen. And things will start to improve for you. All right. From fear to love. This has been an LBM production. Please like, subscribe, and share this show. Thanks for listening.